Like, if you want to do it, let's do it. Let's throw it together and see what you come up with. Um, and we've just had so much fun, like, putting the show together. And I'm really excited for everyone to like feel it and like really get involved in it, smell it, feel it, taste it, and just
Oh, yes.
yeah,
But what I will also say is that you were saying about the the sort of lineup on it is there's a lot of names that you don't see on your average kind of drag race type tour. I'm saying drag race doing like this because it's me, you, and Charity. But the majority of the cast are not recognizable people off the television. And I think that is something you said before about platforming people, and using your platform to show people all these other wonderful acts that,
yeah.
looking at the names are not the ones that are on every single one of the tours.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's one of the things that I wanted to do, and that's what I want this company to do as well. Like Throne Events, I want it to be its own thing. So like once we do this show, we can put on more shows, and I want people who maybe don't have a huge platform come to us and say, I really want to put like a burlesque show on, and these are the acts that I want to like show because they're amazing and talented. And it's just like, why not? Because people should be able to experience all of this without like looking at some of the bigger names and things. I mean, people who go on Drag Race, they're absolutely incredible. Like they really are, because it's a tough time, you know that. But I just think sometimes a lot of people don't get the recognition that they like deserve, who haven't already had that platform.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice way to get people out and to get people to experience different people who normally you wouldn't see in your local cities. So
And
that's
also,
the whole point.
you've got quite a lot of kings
Yes,
as
yeah,
well, which
actually
I
from
think
the
is also
first.
very, very important.
Yeah, I absolutely adore Kings. Like I adore drag kings. They just bring something different, and it's a whole different flavour of performing, a whole different vibe, a lot of the time. And especially with the first leg of the tour, it's actually like a drag king group who is coming with us for the first couple of dates. So
Stunning.
there's three of them, sometimes four, but there's three of them coming for the tour, and they're doing like their own drag king Halloween spooky numbers, and I'm really excited for it.
Oh, right. So, because I don't know who's on which ones of the tour, right? All I know is that you and Charity are on every date.
Hmm.
I am on every date except from Manchester and Nottingham
Hmm.
because I am elsewhere on those days. But then the other acts, guess Black Pepper's on every single one, right?
Yes, yeah.
And and no Whiplash.
Yes, Whiplash and Giselle are on every day as well. Whiplash and
Oh,
Giselle. Giselle's started in Leeds. Now it's like Leeds, Manchester, Queen-ish. And Whiplash is like based in Manchester. And people who have like grown up on the scene with, like for the short time that I was working on the Manchester scene.
that's your kind of drag family, right?
Yes, yeah. And they are absolutely incredible performers. Really, really conceptual. And I just want people to be able to see a different type of drag, especially like super alternative, but also super camp. Like it's very, very diverse.
Right. Well, I'm excited because you've mentioned a little bit on some of the more extreme end
Hmm.
of the performers, and I do think this show is going to be quite the ride for people. You'll laugh, you'll cry, it'll change your life. Um, for my on my end here, by the way, I'm not seeing any more comments, so I'm assuming you can.
Yes.
Do you want
Oh,
to read out some
have you
comments?
scrolled up, Joe? Sometimes you need to scroll up to keep it going again.
Do you? Oh, but it's like I've been scrolling. The last message I got was Clive is a legend. Klaus was shouting. Um, so if I scroll up to the top, it's the beginning. So if I go back down, um, no, I'm not seeing any more comments. Shall I exit and then enter back in, and then it will bring it so we can read the
Yeah,
comments
yeah,
together?
if you can
Okay,
do that.
right.
Yeah, see if
I'll
you can
do.
yeah, see if
I'll
you can
do
read
that.
them.
Off I'll go. Right, back in a second.
Okay. Oh, someone just said, Cherry, did you enjoy Psychomantium? Psychomantium is incredible. It was at Scare Kingdom. I went to Scare Kingdom with Whiplash, someone who's coming on the tour with us, this tour, Tales of the Condemned. And it was an incredible experience. And we're actually, Throne Events is actually running a competition still at the minute, which is running till the 14th of October, where you can win 2 tickets to Scare Kingdom. And all you have to do is show that you've purchased some tickets for Tales of the Condemned. So if you go on the Throne Events Instagram page, you can see all the details of how to enter. Um, and I have something around my mouth, so I've heard. If you've just joined or if you've not been here since the start, I've just had dinner, and now I am enjoying a lovely little cocktail. It was squirrel today. I don't normally eat meat, but I thought it's Halloween, treat myself. Tastes a bit funny, actually. Right, let me see if Joe's returned. Okay. Cherry speaks Spanish. Hola, Miss. Hola. Hola. Is that us? Hola? Uno, dos, tres. Uno, dos, tres. I love that you're doing this, Cherry. Thank you so much. I'm missing the Manchester show because I'm in London and I'm absolutely gutted. No way! Oh, Joe's back. Manchester, the date for Manchester is going to be amazing. We're at Cruise 101. It's a really cool venue. So Joe's got lost. I think Joe's lost everyone. I don't know how to get Joe back into the conversation. I'm so terrible at using these Instagram lives. I think that's why I don't really use them, because I don't know how to. Hola, uno, dos, tres. A literal poet. How do I join you, Joe? Oh, there. I've done it. Should I do it? I think I've done it. Shout out for Dirty Darlow, obviously. Hello, you're back.
Hello. So I saw someone saying, "Oh, I can't come to the Manchester one. I'm in London." Well, do you know what? We're also in London.
I mean, we're in Watford.
It's like 15 minutes.
And we're in Brighton. I didn't realise you could get the tube from London to Brighton. How good's that?
You can't get the tube from London to Brighton. You absolute fucking lunatic. What are you talking about?
You can. There's definitely a tube that you
can
swap.
get a train.
Oh, same thing. It's the same thing. It's just above the ground, isn't it?
It's a train.
Yeah, tube's just a train underground, isn't it?
Yeah, but you've thrown me off. Right, I'm leaving. Fuck you all. No, you can get a train to Brighton from London. This is how new you are to moving to London. I'm gonna blow your mind now, Cherry. How long do you think the train from London to Brighton is?
An hour?
Yeah.
Is it an hour?
Yeah.
It's an hour. What a guess.
It's very close. And you've been in
close.
London for months and you've not been to visit me, you selfish, horrible
No,
woman.
I know, I'm so sorry. To be honest, I don't know where my head is half the time here. Everyone's just such in a rush all the time.
Keep it in the fridge.
In the freezer. It lasts much longer.
Shit. Someone said, I want someone to ring Cherry's doorbell. Is that a euphemism, or do they mean like so that you answer the door like this?
I could do. To be honest, I've been out in wilder things than this before.
I'm sure you have.
Nothing but a little brassiere covered in blood.
Oh, and Joanne Campbell X has said, wait for this, Cherry, you can get a train from London to Edinburgh.
Do you know we're all connected? Aren't we? We're all connected.
Emotionally, physically, railways.
We are. I've got some questions here.
Right.
Like someone's, there's a little question box. Have you got a question box?
I don't. No, I don't. Because you will, because you start. Oh no, I do. I'm a liar. Someone said, think you have something on your face. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I've seen that one.
A lot of people have said that, Leo. Keep with the fucking times.
I'm trying to read. I can't read anything with these contact lenses in.
Those are your eyes.
So I've been waiting.
Rat bite fever has got her, everyone. Rat bite fever's got her.
Why do you keep saying things that trigger me?
Because we're going to be in a bus together for days. And if I'm going to have to put up with every outfit I wear, someone going, is it H&M? Then you must also suffer.
Is that what everyone's been saying to you?
Constantly.
Oh, you're kidding.
Once I was out and about and someone genuinely lifted up the back of my shirt and checked the tag. And I went, hello, what are you doing? And they went, was just checking if it was H&M, babe, and then walked off. And I was like, oh, cheeky fuckers.
That's so cheeky.
That's very cheeky. It's all right. We all get to rib each other. It's nice. We get to poke fun.
Yes.
In a good fun way, in a light-hearted, laughing together way.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what drag's about, isn't it? It's meant to be light-hearted. And
no, I think that's what's being stuck in a van with people for weeks is about. Because if you don't find a subtle way of being mean to someone, I think you'll all be driven mad.
Yeah, true. Someone said there's nothing wrong with H&M. I don't think there's anything wrong with H&M either, to be honest. Didn't they send you some flowers?
They sent me some flowers and a massive cake and loads of vouchers and a Vampire's Wife, some of the Vampire's Wife collection.
Oh, I love that.
It works out, and the Vampire's Wife stuff was really nice because that sold out like immediately. So I was like, well, I'm not paying £3,000 for an actual Vampire's Wife dress, so I'll get the collaboration for free. So
someone's put, oh my god, it's the 2 most underrated queens of season 2. That's lovely, isn't it?
Isn't that nice? We're doing all right. We're going on tour, babes.
We are. We're doing all right, yeah. And I think that's what it is. Like, the show is one thing. The show's incredible. But it's what you do afterwards as well. It really is.
And Cherry has set up their own event company. They are platforming a wide variety and a diverse range of artists. And we're also going to be sharing the bill with on the subject of Drag Race. For those of you who haven't clocked, of course, Charity Case is going to be there with us as well.
She is, and I cannot wait to see what she's got to say.
Have you met Charity before?
Yes, we had rehearsals the other week, and we met for we met beforehand at the Jamie premiere, which was a couple of weeks ago. That's the first time we met, and then we met at rehearsals, which was last week or the week before. And her mind is something else. It really is. You know Charity. You must have met Charity a couple of times.
Yeah, I've known Charity for a while. Yes.
But yeah, it's so creative. So creative.
I don't know what, I can't explain not that you should explain a creative mind, but I can't explain the creative mind of someone that is given camping as a theme and comes out as a murderous rabbit with an axe.
Yes. Doesn't it make you happy?
I was like, I don't really understand what this has got to do with camping, but it's very good.
Because rabbits live in the wild. And you camp in the wild.
Oh, I was just, in my head, I was going, is it because it's camp? But I was sat there. Could you picture it? Sicily, 1922. No, picture it. I'm sat on my armchair like this with Jim. And then it's going, and I'm just keep shouting at the TV, someone do Jason Voorhees! Someone do Jason Voorhees! No one did Jason Voorhees.
I know, I'm surprised they didn't actually.
And people who go, oh, it's a copyright thing. Fucking Astina walked out as Melina from Mortal Kombat, so it's not. It's not a fucking copyright thing. I mean, I don't know if you can walk out as like Ursula the Sea Witch, but
I think it's how you do it as well, though, isn't it? It's how you make it your own.
I just want to wear a hockey mask and kill teenagers. So I just want to live vicariously through someone. I'm not getting the new comments again, but so you're gonna have to read them to me, and then I can direct them back to you as a question.
So someone said, are we taking the show to other European countries? And not this year.
No, I don't think that sort of travelling is particularly easy at the moment. So
no, it's incredibly difficult.
It's much easier for a person from those European countries to come here than to take the whole show to the European countries.
Yes.
That's what I will say.
I'm going to agree. Yes, it is. Also, Joy, you were amazing on Bootleg Opinions. You did Bootleg Opinions with Yuha.
I've done it twice now, and Yuha's quite a character. Sometimes, I mean, I enjoy sometimes how I'll say something, and there's like, she just goes, and then just carries on what she was going to say anyway, but just absolutely no acknowledgement of anything that has left my mouth. So I'll be there going, great big fucking knockers! Just staring like, what was it? Oh, because it was Crystal. Someone was wearing massive tits, so I shouted great big fucking knockers, and she just goes, so yeah, it's so and so next. I'm just stood there going, woo! Nothing. That's why we like her.
Oh, someone's asked, is there a virtual show option? No, there isn't a virtual show option, but there will be videos of the show taken throughout that we will be posting all over the place after the show.
I'm looking forward to all of the sort of backstage documenting, and I will also, on a personal note, you've done a couple of these before, Cherry, but so I haven't since Drag Race. I've not been on a tour with a cast of other people. I've only toured on my own.
Oh,
So you've done some with other people. I've not done any. I've done shows with other people that have,
yeah,
but I've not done a tour with a cast of people. So on a personal level, I'm very excited to have a touring experience with other people post the sort of Drag Race fact. But obviously, because obviously I had that experience with you and Charity's going through it at the moment, and then to share that space with all these wonderful other artists as well every night, and I think that's going to be really, really exciting.
yeah. It's definitely going to be a very particular vibe as well. With it being Halloween and everyone being like very tuned into that at the minute, it's going to be
October.
yes. No, it's just going to be like a really nice time.
So Cherry, I have a question for you, Cherry.
Go on.
As you've toured with other people, but you've not toured with me. On a scale to one, from 1 to Karen Walker.
I don't know who Karen Walker is. She keeps saying these people.
For fuck's sake. Will and Grace, drunk woman.
I've never seen Will and Grace. I've never seen it.
Okay, name a character you know that's a famous drunk in a series or something.
Squidward off SpongeBob.
Is he a drunk?
He has drank before.
That's not the same thing. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how many drinks do you think I'll go through each night, Cherry?
Depends what you're drinking. What are you going to be drinking?
Wine.
Oh, we're talking number of drinks. We should be talking bottles.
We should be talking number of bottles. How many bottles do you think I'll go through every night, Cherry?
I'm going to say 6. You can manage 6, yeah?
6 bottles? Do you wish me dead? I might do a polite 2.
A polite 2.
A polite 2. I'll have one during the meet and greet. Well, half one during the meet and greet, and then I'll have another half during the first half, and then I'll have the second bottle during the second half.
Oh yeah.
And then then it's your responsibility as the promoter, Jerry, to actually get me back safe and sound. So.
Oh, I know, but
something
one of them things, isn't it? Do you know, I don't think I'm actually going to drink on this yet. I've just got so much to think about. I might have a drink after the show. We're actually, I don't know if we've announced anything yet, but I'm allowed to talk about it. We're actually going to be doing a couple of like little after party moments.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah, in some of the cities, like probably Leeds, Manchester, Edinburgh, Newcastle. We're just going to be doing like the specific venues that we're going to like sort out to go there, and everyone can come, and that's all I'm going to say because I don't.
Are they homosexual establishments?
They will be very homosexual establishments, yes.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I do enjoy a good homosexual establishment. I enjoy going there and perusing the bar and having a drink or two and going, you there, may I have a kiss? Which is, I don't know if you know this, but so apparently, because I don't remember it, I went out in London after a show with Tia and Lawrence.
Yeah.
And we went to GAY late. And there was this lovely young person that was asking for photos with Tia and Lawrence. Then went to ask me for a photo, at which point I just went, oh, would you like a kiss? No recollection.
What did they say? Did they have a kiss?
They said yes, yeah.
Oh.
Had a little snog.
That's so sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, just me swaying in GAY late looking like a fucking haunted Willy Wonka going, would you like a kiss?
Do you know, I went to GAY a couple of times since moving here. It's an experience, isn't it?
It's a lot of things going on.
There is a lot of things going on.
Did you go for a little dance? Did you go for a little boogie? What
Yes,
was
we
the
went for a little.
occasions?
We just went for a little dance. You know, when you start on a night out somewhere and then you end up at GAY.
That's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you can't really remember the rest.
You might have asked that. Maybe it was you that I kissed.
Oh no, I'd remember those lips.
Oh, I did wonder why the next day I woke up covered in blood. It was ever so lovely. I enjoyed it very much. So not that we're meant to pick favourite places, right?
Mm-hmm.
But which city are you most excited for? And that doesn't mean anything for the cities that don't get included in this mention. But like, I'll let you name two because I think there'll be reasons.
I'm excited. I honestly, not to be on the fence, but I'm excited for them all. But I am in particular excited to go to Manchester because I started in Manchester. That's where my drag started, and it feels like it's very like full circle going back to tour and going back with loads of really cool people to like perform there. And I'm actually really excited for Brighton because I've never been.
Well, I'll show you around. I'll emerge from my house like Nosferatu, like this. Right, off we go, everyone. I'll bring Klaus.
Yes,
my little goblin.
Yes, bring Klaus. Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited for Brighton, of course, because you know it's where I live.
Yeah, I'm excited for Brighton,
and I'm very excited for Edinburgh.
Yeah, Edinburgh will be very fun.
So Edinburgh, I think you'll appreciate this, Cherry, and I hope people in the comments appreciate this. Again, I'm not seeing the comments, so I can't see what people are saying.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that you can't see them. I'm reading them. I'm reading all your comments.
So I was in Edinburgh in September, and we were doing the show, and then of course J.K. Rowling lives in Edinburgh, doesn't she? So
I didn't know that.
She does. So we little speech about being evil. And then going off on one, and Friedrich, who accompanies me on piano, was a very evil woman. And this man in the front row took off his prosthetic leg and waved it in the air and said, "Look what she did to me!"
What did everyone do?
Everyone cheered because this man was showing us his leg. And then I think he'd had a few drinks by this point. So when it all got a bit kind of interacty, let's all raise our glasses. He just had his leg in the air and he was just going. And I met him earlier on in the night because he had come to the meet and greet, and he just sort of went hello and then pulled his trouser leg up and went, "I lost my leg to sepsis." So what I really hope is that this absolute legend joins us in Edinburgh and takes off their leg and waves it around one more time, because I deeply, deeply miss him.
You miss him?
I do miss him. Because have you ever been at a show and someone in the front row has taken off their leg and waved it at you? That's a connection.
No, I'm not. Is that a different type of connection?
It's a really deep emotional connection, I think. Well, maybe if anyone is coming to the tour and you do have a prosthetic leg that you are happy to take off and wave, it would make me personally very, very happy, because that's one of my fondest memories from my Deco Funk tour was the gentleman waving his prosthetic leg at me.
Someone said we should send him a ticket. If I knew his name, I would send him a ticket.
Do you know what? I'm gonna tweet. He has tweeted me before. I'm gonna find him. And then we'll send him a ticket.
We'll send him a ticket.
We'll have to get him a chair. He has to sit down. He's not very good at standing up. So we'll get him a little chair, put him at the front, and when the right time comes, we'll all point at him and he'll go, "Hey!"
If he wants to, yeah.
I think he likes to. This is the thing. There was no coercion here. I was just as surprised as anyone else.
Oh, there's quite a few questions.
Let's have a look at the questions.
So, why is it an over 18 event? This is an over 18 event because of some of the numbers, and they're just some of the numbers are a little bit graphic, so we just have to be mindful that we we're careful about that. But we will be doing events in the future that are for all ages. But this one in particular, Halloween show, is an over 18 event, yeah.
But also in the venues as well, I think is you know, because we know 16-year-olds have seen some shit, right? We're not saying
No, I know, and obviously, yeah, because the shows are in clubs as well. A lot of them are in like nightclubs that sell alcohol and stuff. They have their own laws and stuff to be 18. So it was just what we had to do for this particular show.
to make it happen.
Yeah, to make it happen. Yeah.
What other comments? What other questions do we have, Ms. Valentine?
Someone's asked to see the Goblin Cat.
Oh, see where he is.
Clouds about.
Right.
If you do want to see the show though, and you are under 18, there will be videos and visuals and things that we'll put online, and there'll also be other little bits and bobs that we'll be doing afterwards. But for the actual shows,
I'm being brought Klaus.
Oh,
having none of it. Hello, Jill.
Are you doing merch for the show? Yes, there will be a merchandise stall at the show. Oh, look at Klaus. Oh, the cutest thing. It's the eyes. The eyes.
What, the eyes of death.
Beautiful. The eyes are beautiful.
Yeah, you're gonna have to read me in a comment pertaining to him because I can't see it.
The eyes are so unbothered. Do you not think?
Well, it depends. Sometimes you're like, oh, here we go. You're like Russell, and then it's like they switch on, and he's like, "Now you must die." Like, oh, here we go. Off he goes. Oh, okay. Oh, bye, dear. Go
back to who was someone mentioned about merchandise. Yes, there will be merchandise available at the shows. There's also going to be a merch stand there. With this fabulous seller called King, who's recently been on Come Time with me. They're absolutely fabulous. They're hilarious.
Did they win?
I don't know, actually. I don't know. I don't think the episode's out yet. It might be. They might be watching.
Out them.
No, it's definitely been advertised.
Oh, okay. You just outed someone.
No, but they are hilarious. They are hilarious. I think they're quite similar to Silky, you know, Silky Nutmeg.
Yeah, we were all on a video call together to for the announcement of the tour and stuff, and the very kind of preacher energy.
Oh, they're actually here. Whoopi Silvers. Oh. No, I came joint second. There you go. They came second, joint.
Ah. Yeah, but yeah, very, very like good preacher energy. Not preachers in like the bad kind in the street telling everyone they're fucked, but the kind of like that was the energy I got.
Yes. Yeah. This bitch just called me Silky. I'm not calling you Silky. I'm not calling you Silky King.
I think you fucking did, Cherry.
No, it's just because they mentioned it to me before that someone did it, so I just said it's a joke. But when you meet them, they're really fabulous. But yeah, they will be selling all the merchandise for the tour, for all the acts. There's going to be prints, t-shirt, all the stuff, whatever Joe's bringing as well. So they're going to be there and anything. Anything and everything.
Quite the team assembled. How does this happen? How do the Avengers of Halloween happen?
How did what happen? The team?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I think it's just who you meet through the years and who knows who in the industry and who's done things and who just speaks to different people. Yeah, it's just all about connection for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you've got a good connection, you've got really good energy, like, let's see what we can do together. Let's see what you want to do.
You're such a hippie, Cherry Valentine.
Do you think a hippie? Maybe I am a hippie, yeah.
I think you are. It's all like, oh, I'm just feeling the energy through the trees, man.
But it really is about energy. And I since Drag Race especially, I've really tuned in on that. I don't know how you feel about that, but you can tell someone's energy, can't you? You can see if you want to be around someone.
No, yeah. It might sound like I'm taking the piss out of you, but generally I'm like, vibes. I don't necessarily call it energy, but I call it vibes. I was like, good vibes, bad vibes.
Yeah.
And I'm always right.
Always right. Always right. Oh, someone's put, what's the skull in the background, Joe? Is it a dinosaur skull? It's from your prehistoric thing, isn't it?
No, it's just there. I think we have great intentions of painting it.
Oh,
And it's just like a cheap Asda shit. Right, I will show you something though that is here. I've had this for a while. Very rarely wear it because it's quite heavy. So it's a top hat that's a Ouija board with candles that you can turn on. And you ready?
that's fabulous. Is it magnets?
Yeah.
Oh, what a fabulous idea. So if we want to do the board, then are you going to bring your hat so you can lay down and
Yeah.
do the board?
Oh, what have I've thrown something out. Oh, a candle, like an actual candle. Why have I hid that in there? Silly bastard. Yeah, it's a top hat.
Oh, I love it. It's so fabulous and obnoxious.
It is so obnoxious. I've got so many obnoxious things over here, including like a carnival barker horn.
Because you always need one of those. It needs
Yes,
to be in reaching.
one must always have a carnival barker horn within reach. I have, of course, also got.
Someone's asked what's wrong with Silky. Nothing's wrong with Silky. I absolutely adore Silky. I think they're fabulous. And what time is it in London now? It is 10 to 8. And yes, there will be everyone's merch at the tour. And will the tour be seated or standing? I'm just going through some super quick questions here, Joe. Will the tour be seated or standing? The tour is primarily standing, but there will be seated areas for those who need seated areas.
Though Liverpool is listed as an intimate seated show.
Yes, Liverpool in particular is like a more intimate venue. It just worked out that way, so it's more of like a speakeasy vibe, just to give it a bit of variety. Do you know what I mean?
I'm excited for a speakeasy vibe. The Liverpool is somewhere that I feel like that I should have been to more than I have.
I love Liverpool. It's such a fabulous city.
I've been there maybe like 2 times in my 132 years of life.
Really?
Yeah, I went there I did a New Year's Eve there once. And then I did one. Did I do another show? I don't remember. And then I went on something that I was in Liverpool filming something that's coming out later this month. But
that we can't talk about. You can never talk about anything.
No, it's like, I can't talk about it, not yet. But I was in Liverpool for that. So my last memories was that, which I'll tell you about after.
Someone said, "Oh my god, that hat is amazing." Love the hat.
It's campus tips, isn't it?
Saw you at Scare Kingdom. Yes, I was at Scare Kingdom for the open night. I think it was last week.
What's that?
Still, like I said before, we've still got a competition running with Scare Kingdom. If you've bought tickets for Tales of the Condemned, you get put into a draw and you can win 2 tickets for Scare Kingdom as well. So,
what's Scare Kingdom?
Scare Kingdom is like one of those immersive Halloween events. So it's sort of like a giant field, like a giant farmer's field, and all like the stables have been turned into like slaughterhouses where people chase you with chainsaws, and the cornfields you run through and people chase you like zombies and try and eat you, and you know the type of thing.
Well, actually, this thing I filmed also included that kind of thing, and it was ever so fun. I've just signed up for the pre-sale they're doing an not that we should be promoting other things, but they're doing an interactive, immersive Arkham Asylum.
Oh, that sounds fabulous.
So I've just signed up for the pre-sale, and it was like, thank you for your interest, patient. Thank you for keeping Gotham City safe.
Oh, I love that.
Very camp. And I'm like, oh, I want to go there. I want to get fucking held down by Scarecrow and pumped with fear gas. And then so out of work actors in bad latex masks going, oh, I can't wait.
Yes, some of the events that go on are really a bit wild, and especially at Scare Kingdom, they've got this thing called Psychomantium, and you have to sign a waiver to go in. And it was an over 18 thing. There was a lot of people drinking things, a lot of people putting things everywhere, and you'd have to go and visit if you fancy that sort of stuff.
Where did you put things?
I put things here. Just here.
She was punching holes.
But it was an event. I was in drag. Do you know what I mean? So there's only so much you can do. Um,
Rubber gloves on.
yeah.
Why has it turned into this? Why have I sullied this conversation?
Oh, let me go through some more questions then.
Sorry, I didn't mean to just out you as a fister.
I'm not. You can do what you like. I'm not that bothered. Would you? There's some questions. You will probably see the questions, can't you? Why didn't you pull out all the gorgeous horror looks that you're putting out on Drag Race? Because
what for a fucking what? Oh yeah, pull out your best horror look for
at the seaside.
Isn't it funny actually? What I thought was, so me and you basically had the same day at the seaside look.
Yeah, we did do very similar concepts. Yeah,
and also I got loads of shit because people thought that I ripped off Chelsea Boy, but what of course they don't realize, because Chelsea Boy had another similar one. But what they don't realize is, like,
months beforehand,
and even cars.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like we were done.
Yeah, it was months beforehand.
Well, I was done, and then I went back and did it, but that wasn't out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's so funny how we both had the same sort of.
I know, I love that. It's because you just try and think of things that, like, a different spin on something, don't you? It's nice. Because yeah.
Oh, there's lots of questions, isn't there? We are making gifts at the give you gifts at the show, making your key rings. Yes, of course. You can.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
gifts.
Of course. For the seaside, also. I'm trying to keep up. Will there be ghosts on the tour? Yes, there'll be ghosts.
Ghosts.
Yes, ghosts.
I love it in your accent. Ghosts.
Ghosts. Ghosts. I'll say it in your ghosts.
Ghosts.
Ghosts. Jolly good ghosts.
Jolly good ghosts, everyone. Happy haunting, you bunch of cunts. Off we go.
Well, that's the theme of the tour. The theme of the tour is the condemned. So it's all about possession and demons and spirits and all stuff like that, really.
I'm condemned.
Condemned to what?
To sing the Oogie Boogie song every October for the rest of my life.
The Oogie Boogie song.
You know it. No, you don't, do you? I've already had this conversation with you.
Will there be anything from the Rocky Horror Show? Well, you'll have to come and see. You'll have to come and see.
Questions? That's a good question.
If you... How... Do you get this question all the time? How do you start drag? I just keep seeing it pop up. How did you start drag, Joe? Do I know this?
No, I don't think I do know this.
No, how did you start?
Well, I started doing cabaret shows when I was 17. So I was hosting burlesque shows in like the back room of pubs with like a fake ID that said I was 19 when I was 17.
How fabulous. So underground.
I know, in wearing like suits and just sort of big heavy eyeliner and stuff. And then I moved to Brighton, and I just like, I was always like, all my shows and stuff were all very makeup, lots of makeup anyway. Like it always took me the same fucking amount of time to get ready anyway, but loads of makeup and just generally in suits or some sort of costumey thing. And then suddenly I was just like, I can wear a dress if I want. Literally that. And then people were like, oh, and even before I was wearing dresses, people would go, oh, you're doing drag. And I was like, am I? It was, and then suddenly people just went, you're doing drag. And I went, yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah. If you like.
You know, people say, what do you do? I say cabaret. I don't say drag.
Yeah. I think it's a very close crossover, isn't it, sometimes? Drag is cabaret. And cabaret can be drag.
I don't think drag is a genre. I think drag is a
like an umbrella.
Yeah, or it's a state of mind or a shell of that contains, or the armor that contains someone's talents. Because I don't think, I think drag can be so many things. I don't think it's actually necessarily is anything. But I think it can be applied to a visual. I'm trying to think how best to articulate this.
Just a lot of, just keep saying words that'll come out.
Yeah, but you get people that are in sort of drag who are, poets and storytellers and dancers, singers,
Yeah.
activists, club kids, club hosts, shop people, doing shots, DJs. Like, you can't say, oh, I do drag, because it can be so many things. I mean, cabaret is also similar. It's that you could say, I do cabaret, and actually maybe you're a hula hooper, you're a singer, you play the saxophone. Yeah, it can be anything. But yeah, I identify more with cabaret, because at some point, inevitably, I will stop wearing dresses and just wear oversized bowler hats and
And
suits
that's fine. And that can still be drag.
exactly. But it's for me, it's cabaret.
Yeah, of course.
What
I
do you?
just think that I think drag's everything. Absolutely everything. You get up in the morning, what you wear that day is your drag for the day. Do you know what I mean? Like, it really is. Because if you feel a bit gothic one day, like I do, I wake up and want to wear all black one day. Next day, I might want to wear all pink. Depends how you feel. And it's sort of the same as drag.
Well, how did you start?
I've been doing it since before I even knew what drag was a thing. Like, I remember when all my parents went out and I was home alone, running around the house in heels and the usual stuff that we all do. But I just didn't know that you could do a career out of it. I went to university, started going out in Manchester, discovered Canal Street, and saw all these fabulous people on stage and thought, I can dress up and get paid for it. So I went out one night in drag, and then a year later, I was working like 5, 6 nights a week. And then Drag Race happened, and then that was it. I literally only been doing it for about a year.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
appeared.
Yeah, I did. Do you know, I never really worked outside of anywhere. I mean, the only place that I worked outside of Manchester in drag really was I did a little thing in Newcastle and Whitby, of all places, and that was it.
Goths.
Goths, yeah, exactly. Goth festival and everything. So yeah.
It's about how the different realms people come from. You were in nightclubs, right?
Yes, I was working in the clubs. I was like a host. I would be paid to get everyone drunk.
Because I've never really worked nightclubs.
Really, more like cabaret bars and
It's dinner shows and sort of cabaret bars, or not even cabaret bars, but like theater shows or like ballet shows.
yeah,
I was never never did like the late night like walking around in a look thing. It was kind
yeah,
of like a host is genuinely what I've done for the past 14 years for the most part, and that's what I'll be doing for this tour, is that the walking out and hello everybody, blah, blah, blah. Making sort of facilitating everybody's
yeah,
good time, and being the one that kind of holds it together so that everyone else can just do the best them, and I just make sure that all the in-betweens are nicely taken care of and strung together, and that everyone is happy.
yeah. And it's because you can literally do whatever you want. You don't have to do either of those things. You can do anything with it, can't you? Really, but it is really interesting to see what different places people come from. And I love cabaret. I think it's fabulous. Like towards the end of like just before Drag Race, that couple of months leading up to it, that's all I was doing. I was just doing cabaret shows and like performing on stage, and I actually loved it. Like it was.
Have I imagined this, or did you once dress as Lara Croft and do an act?
Yes, I did.
You did. Was that at a cabaret show? Because do you know when I don't know, I can't get the image of you as Lara Croft out of my head.
Yes, it was. It was at Curiosity. I don't know if you. Yeah, it was in Manchester.
Donna's one.
Yes, yeah, Donna runs it. Yeah, but that's where I first really started full on performing, and then from there I just started reaching out and like because sometimes people don't book you as a performer unless you've got experience, unless you do competitions. And I just didn't really have time to invest in a competition because I was also working full time as a nurse.
Funny what happened there, wasn't it?
No, I know, and I actually applied for Drag Race on a whim. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to get it, but it's good experience. You know what I mean? Get my name out there a bit. And then things happen, don't they? So
You got that call and you were like, oh shit, I
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
When I got out the call, I was on the train with a friend, and the call out, and I went, right, because obviously you can't say anything because there's I mean, I don't know how much there's two calls. There's the you might get on, and then you were on. So the might get on. I was on a train with a friend, and I was trying to act really natural, and I was like going, right, yeah, okay, yeah, lovely, thank you, and they were like, what's that? And I was like, nothing to be concerned about. And I'm just suddenly going.
It's that fear of impending doom. That's what it is.
Where were you when you got your call? The actual
home.
Call.
I was at home.
As well.
Yeah. And then when it was like the next call to like fully definite, I was actually on a night shift. I was just starting a night shift because it was super late on at night. I don't know why. And I had to step out of the handover that I was in and take the call. And then I just went back like nothing was wrong.
You got to look after people.
And then I had to look after people for 12 hours and then go home and cry hysterically.
And then eventually get some sleep.
Yeah. But who needs sleep? We'll sleep when we're dead.
Well, I think, death is the theme. So right, I think we should wrap this up. I think we should. So.
Oh, hi, Megan. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you.
I can't see any of these comments again. So if there's anything particularly lovely, please do let me know.
Will we be doing tours? Let me just do a quick fire round. Will we be doing tours of Northern Ireland? Not on this one, but yes, definitely in the future.
I'm there next year.
You're there next year. I think we're all there next year, aren't we, for the Drag Race tour as well?
No, I'm the only fucker going there.
Are we not doing the Drag Race tour in Ireland?
No.
Oh, I thought we were.
It's silly, right? I thought it was insensible to go there because, whole country of people.
Oh. Someone said, Joe, come back to Glasgow. We miss you.
I'll be in Edinburgh soon, darling.
Would you?
Glasgow, but it's close enough.
Cherry, what should I have to eat? I'll say it again, a squirrel. Is there going to be any surprises on the tour? Yes, there's going to be many surprises. From when you step in that queue, be prepared to have the experience of a lifetime. And I think I've answered a lot of these questions anyway, but thank you so much for joining, everyone.
Thank you. Yes, very, 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 very much for joining us. The Tales of the Condemned tour kicks off this Friday in Watford, and then we travel to Brighton, and then we travel to Southampton. Then we have a little break to raise our dead for the next leg. For us to raise the dead, for Whiplash to make 30 more litres of blood, for you to gather a few more squirrels for the backstage rider. The time is nigh, and if people do want their tickets, they can check the pinned comment in the thing, which is throneeventsuk.com/events.
Yes.
And we'll be seeing people in Watford first. I'll be bringing my Polaroid camera, attempting to capture pictures of the local spirits. So I do hope there is a fine gin selection at Prism.
I'm sure there will be.
Local spirits, get it?
Right, thank you so much, everyone, and I'll speak to you soon, Joe. Lots of love.
See you Friday, everyone. Friday onwards. Goodbye.